Hello, I'm Wang Chong with the Global Times. I'm here in Boao, a beautiful coastal town in South China's Hainan province. This used to be a very small fishing village, but over the past 2 decades or so, it has become known in Asia or globally as China's Davos or the Asian Davos. Around this time each year, government officials, business leaders, and scholars from Asia and around the globe gather here for the annual conference of the Boao Forum for Asia, a premium platform for discussions on regional and global affairs, like the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. This year, about 2,000 participants from more than 60 countries and regions took part in the 4-day conference. That is a testament to the rising influence of not just the BFA, but also the host nation. And Boao is not the only place to see China's rising regional and global influence up close. Just 1 day before the BFA started, the China Development Forum concluded in Beijing, attended by about 100 global CEOs. So why did the global CEOs flock to China? And why is China still a magnet for global multinationals despite the US relentless smear campaign? For more on that, welcome to another edition of Decoding China. The BFA and the CDF are back-to-back forums hosted by China each year, right after the 2 sessions where China sets its development goals for the year. These high-level forums are a critical window for global CEOs to learn about China's policy priorities. They are also a reliable barometer of China's attractiveness among multinationals. The stream of global CEOs visiting China recently put on vivid display of China's status as a top investment spot. In Boao, in addition to government officials and scholars, dozens of multinational companies were listed as guests. Business leaders from Asia, North America, and Europe were among them. In Beijing, of the nearly 100 global CEOs at the CDF, over 30 were from the US, including big names like Apple CEO Tim Cook. That is quite significant, given that the US and some other Western countries have been trying so hard to cut business ties with China by calling for de-risking or decoupling. More than just showing up, global CEOs also brought a resounding message that they remain confident in China's economic prospects and will continue to invest and expand in the Chinese market. Tim Cook, for example, said that there's no supply chain in the world that's more critical to Apple than China. In Shanghai, he opened the doors to the largest yet Apple store in the Chinese mainland. At the CDF, he said Apple is continuing to invest in China. Clearly, no matter how hard some Western politicians trying to pressure or even force these multinationals to abandon China, these firms are not going anywhere. Why? Well, 2 things: China's solid economic fundamentals and its steady opening up. Western officials and media have been claiming that China's economy is collapsing with narratives such as peak China. However, they conveniently ignore the fact that China's economy, despite its massive size, is still one of the fastest growing in the world. China has a complete industrial system and a vast consumer market that is still growing exponentially. China is also rising rapidly as a global innovation leader. So for multinationals, abandoning China's market could very well mean abandoning their futures. Western politicians might not care about that, but the CEOs definitely do. But a vast market is not enough if it's not open for business. Well, that brings up my next point: China's continuous opening up. In their attempt to scare multinationals away from China, Western officials and the media have also been slandering China's business environment. As usual, they intentionally ignore China's concrete steps to further open up its market for foreign businesses. Just this month, China released a 24-point action plan to attract foreign investment, which include expanding investment access in high-tech and financial sectors. China is also moving to lift all restrictions on foreign investment in the manufacturing sector and reduce restrictions in the services industry. It's actually quite obvious about which country is friendly to businesses and which is not. When foreign CEOs come to China, they are greeted by high-level officials with smiles and handshakes. But when foreign executives go to the US, they could be yelled at or even arrested. Look, these are very tough times for the entire global economy with rising geopolitical tension and trade protectionism. China also faces its own challenges. However, in comparison, China's commitment to high-quality development and a high-level opening up is a distinctive source of confidence for global businesses. That's all for this edition of Decoding China. See you soon.